This is the first dahlia to flower on the allotment, which is a miracle really, bearing in mind the state of the dahlias when the frost came, late frost. But there are masses of buds, flower buds. These are enormous, these nearly 5 foot dahlias. So in here, a little greenhouse, I had to replace that cucumber there because it died. Couldn't work out why. So dug around in order to put another one in and found that there were mole tunnels underneath, and that's why it died. So I put it in another one, which is an unusual cucumber called Carosella, and don't know what that will turn out like. This one is absolutely fine, Dahlia Star, a little cucumber coming, so that should be doing really well. This one the same, tunnelled underneath and disappeared. But this one is called Puna, and apparently it's an Indian type of cucumber which turns a brown skin, but it's supposed to be nice, so I thought I'd give it a try, as long as no moles come and tunnel. And there is another Dahlia Star, which is looking okay, so it's alright in here now. And just down here, and I'm not going to go too close to it, is a wasp's nest in the track, which in my wisdom I decided that I would pour some water down the hole, because they're building a nest in a hole in the track. And I did that and went back for a second watering can, and then got attacked by 4 or 5 wasps who chased me into my polytunnel. So I had to take my shirt off because they'd got underneath my shirt. One climbed up my trouser leg. So I got stung 3 times. But all okay. So I think somebody's doing something about that wasp nest. These sunflowers are coming out, and look, there's a sunflower already flowering. Wonderful. Let's have a look. The first sunflower of the season. Wonderful. Now there should be some chocolate ones, which are darker coloured flowers, which I love. I think the one next to it on the left, with the darker stem, is that. These are looking a little bit uncared for because Julie hasn't been able to get up here as much as she would like. But the grasses are coming on okay. And these are my broccoli, which are doing remarkably well, bearing in mind the slugs have attacked it. There's just one there in the corner which is trying to recover. I actually resorted to a last resort of slug pellets, eco slug pellets, but nevertheless slug pellets. These are kale in here, looking very good. Trying to keep the cabbage white, so we're just starting to come into their own. This is dwarf kale. They're all different, all put in at the same, all sowed at the same time, all put in at the same time, but all at different stages of development because of slug damage and weather. And I pulled up the garlic, which is okay. And then I put in some green manure in these bins to try and freshen up the soil for next year. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in them yet. Those carrots look okay, not brilliant but okay. And these, some more green manure coming. I've forgotten what they're called, I'll have to look it up again. They look like bean type plants. More carrots. This was my squash bed. I'm just waiting for a bit drier weather before I put in some more, because the slugs are still quite active. I've put these squashes in, and these are butternut squash. I'm not sure whether that's a squash or a pumpkin. Another one there, but I did find about 10 slugs at the back of the bed there, so I hope that's done the trick. And these runner beans are beginning to come on. I hope they'll survive the slugs. And these 2 outdoor cucumbers are doing okay. And this one here, climbing up the supports, and in between are nasturtiums, which seed themselves every year and come up, create an amazing show of colour, but spread like crazy. And in behind you can see lots of broad beans. I had some in my dinner yesterday, very tasty. Oh, there's a weed there, I'll have to pull that up in a little while. I put a different green manure in here. One garlic left to pull up, but something's been digging. Nothing very deep, but he scratched the surface and got rid of all the seedlings that were coming up there. A bit unusual, that. And under here are carrots, which look as though they're doing amazingly well. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. 3 carrots for the price of 1. It's not meant to happen. But never mind. That's edible. Put that back. I'll have to get in there and weed. I'll put that up there for now. Get rid of the leaves in a minute. Here you can see the Jerusalem artichoke. Since the last time I videoed, is doubled in height. Now it's escaping the slugs. So have the parsnips. And even got a ladybird in there. Not many ladybirds this year, but then not so many blackfly either. Potatoes, looking very healthy. Pleased with that, and the sweet corn is double in size as well. Really pleased with that. And I'm trying the 3 sisters method, which means that you put in a runner bean there, which should climb up the plants, and another one down there where the cane is, and then a couple of squashes. Apparently this is how they grow corn in South America. Squash there, and another squash there. Not sure what they are. They might be butternut squash, I think. And the same in this bed. I've got runner bean squashes in there. Maybe I haven't got runner beans in yet. I'll have to. I've got 1 or 2 spares, I think. I'll have to put them in there. 3 sisters. Here, loganberries are missing the grandchildren because they can't get up here. They can't be picked, but they are very tasty. I graze on them. Onions, looking a bit sorry for themselves. And in fact, I came up here yesterday in the rain, and on these onions, as you can see, they're looking a bit battered. And that's because the slugs have been... I pulled off about 6 slugs off these onions. Unbelievable. I didn't really think they went for onions, but the leeks are coming on well, so I'm pleased about that. Yesterday I put in a few more to fill the gaps, and the gaps were once again created by burrowing moulds underneath. They don't go in one straight line, they go round and round in circles looking for worms. And so they get underneath the plants, and then the plants die because the roots are hanging in a tunnel and no moisture or nutrients. So here's the parsnips, more parsnips. Peas are these are Champion of England peas. They're not quite ready yet, but they're going to be very, very good. Lots of pods, not fat enough to enjoy yet, but these, the ones I found in the bag, are coming on nicely. And here, these are pickable. Ozzy and Sunny and Bonnie have had a few of these. They're looking like there's lots more to be picked, so I need more help from people. There we go, more green manure coming up, but it is funny how it's on several bins. It's half the bin has germinated and the other half hasn't. Nothing over there. Weird. Elephant garlic, according to Monty Don. I need to start to dig them up. We will see. A few blueberries. But we need pickers. Raspberries looking good. What have we got around here? Oh, still haven't cleared the comfrey. Must do that. Apples are looking good. The blackberries are coming on nice. And this poor old cardoon in the wind, so tall, has just been battered. And in fact that one has fallen right over. So what was a wonderful specimen of a plant is now a little bit worse for wear. Right, so the last thing to look at is in the polytunnel. Which is doing pretty well. A few beetroot there. Let's have a look. Magnificent door. It's even got a hook now to hold the door so the wind doesn't blow it. And in here are triffids, courgette triffids, two courgette, oh, a little cabbage white, don't want you. Got a few courgettes off those already, a few more coming. Chilli plant there, spinach which is getting forced out of the way by this courgette. Here is Deli Star cucumber, looking good. Having to train it up so it climbs up the polytunnel. Some calendula, which are designed to keep the aphids out. I don't know if it'll work. And these are once again gherkin cucumbers. There should be some nice big ones in underneath there. There's a few that haven't been pollinated very well. Need a few more insects in here. Aubergine plant over there, not doing brilliantly. More calendula. Tomatoes here. Now this mass of greenery are two melon plants, and I've just let it go a bit. I have tried to prune it, but every time you chop a bit off, more shoots come, and I don't really know what to do. There's another. I need to have a good inspection of it and see if there are any melons in there. These are tomatoes, chili plant there. There's another melon, put in a bit late. This is an aubergine which looks not too bad, and it's got flowers on it too, so hopefully that will be okay. This is crimson blush, tomatoes which are supposed to be blight resistant, covered in flowers. There might even be some tomatoes in there underneath. Here we go, more tomatoes. And a lettuce there, they're very, very good. And lastly, oh, there's some cute courgettes I've just picked. And the garlic, which I've dug up. And over here is the grapevine, which is just beginning to start to produce shoots and get used to having been transplanted. Another melon down there, a young one. So I've been in here 2 minutes and I'm dripping. It's not even a really sunny day. So all good.